Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Karate 360 Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rich Mosdell.
And I'm Kalen Anglos.
Bring us in there, Kalen.
Karate 360, let's start the show. You will kick high and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that we love. Karate Sanokumaru. I just wanted to give a little bit of an up and a little bit of a down, a little bit of baritone.
All right.
I don't know, mixing it up.
Been on Stairmaster? Bring you up, bring you down?
Bring me up, bring me down. I don't know. Just bring whatever. Just feeling it.
Right on. Well, it's the second episode of
the year.
And episode number 67. There.
Not including the ones that we did before that didn't record and screwed up.
Those are called practice.
Those are
ones.
Practice ones, right? Those are our
Yes.
practice rounds. So not including those ones. We're pretty almost close to 100 episodes now.
Easily.
Yeah.
So I'm finishing episode 99 of my vlog today.
Ooh, 99.
Yeah, it's going up tomorrow.
Did you put up the one from the tournament yet, or is this part of the tournament?
I just did a little highlight on the tournament. That's up.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's already up. Okay.
Yep. That's yes. Spot Kalen in the background many times.
Maybe twice, maybe 3 times.
I put these little subtitles like Spot Kalen. Eventually, I just put Spot Waldo.
Where's Waldo?
Exactly.
Where's
Exactly.
There he is. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah. So we had the training on the BC team training on Sunday after our episode with
Yes.
the actual BC team. We got everything set. The team is set. We got our wild cards picked. We even finalized the wild cards yesterday with the coaches as well. So the
It's
team's
like
ready to go.
110, 112 people.
Is that what it is? I didn't even look
It's
at the final.
massive.
Love it. Good.
It's huge. Last year was 107. We're bigger than last year, and last year was nuts.
Last year was crazy.
Last year was crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be good to see. So we go to Halifax in March.
That's right. What's your age group?
14-15.
14, 15 Kumite.
Yeah.
Big group.
Big group. And we often combine, in this training, we combine the 12, 13s and the 14, 15s. So it was really good. We had
some rock stars in that 12, 13 age.
Yeah. Well, and the 14, 15,
for
we
sure.
were talking about it. And we've talked about it on the show before. These kids are like good at a young age now, whether that's, early specialization. We've talked about it too, where,
Yes.
what Craig found in some of his data was just because you're getting on the map early doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily have the most success,
Yes.
but they are looking sharp. Like, it's going to be interesting to see 5-6 years down the road when these guys are really, peaking in their performance and where they're at. It's
Well,
gonna
I
be
think
interesting.
in some ways we're still behind like tennis and soccer because they identify kids at like 8, 9, 10 years old.
That's very true. Yeah.
And they have them in specific training programs young.
That's
like
very
you
true.
can get signed to a Premier League team for soccer at like age 15
yeah.
and then be on the roster later at like 18, 19.
Yeah. That's true.
So
Sure.
yeah, I think there's a lot of evolution still to happen.
Yeah, of course, with anything. And I mean,
Yeah.
we just got announced last year as an Olympic sport, 2 years ago, almost now, as an Olympic sport. So, a lot's changed already, really.
Youth Olympics this year.
The Youth Olympics this year, World Championships this year.
Exactly.
That's nothing new. Yeah. So it's an exciting year for karate fans, that's for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Have you played the karate podcast? Not the karate podcast, the karate app yet? The game?
I have not played it yet.
Me and Coach Matt Bickle were playing it
Yes.
over there. He was bragging he's a green belt or something. A yellow belt. But it's fun. You should play it.
Okay.
It's good.
I should play it.
It's fun as app games go. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a little tap type thing.
Yes.
Whatever. But yeah. Anyways, you've been crazy busy organizing more events.
Yes.
As if
A lot of events.
I think what happens, and this
Mhm.
is, I figured it out. Karate BC and even Karate Canada thinks, okay, we want to add more events. And they kind of look at each other and they go, well, I don't want to do it. Well, you don't want to do it. And they go, well, who's going to do it? They go, well, Richard's good at doing it.
He's a
Let's get
glutton
him
for
to do it."
punishment.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're, as of right now, 4 events. I think you said you're preparing for this year.
3 on the island, 1 on the mainland.
Crazy.
Plus, and that's not even the internal events.
Yeah.
Like we have 2 internal club
And not
events.
to mention the one on the mainland in Vancouver is the biggest karate tournament in BC.
in the country.
In Canada, yeah, for sure.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. Well, one of the good things is a lot of the critical paths, like how to do a budget, critical path, all that stuff, how to do marketing. If it all works, a lot of that stuff overlaps because we're talking to the same community. And
Sure.
It's just changing some numbers and some suppliers and stuff.
Yep.
So, but it is a lot of work. But it's fun. Like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? But this is the year, like, I'm creating a lot of events,
Yes.
right? I also have East West Coast training camp I'm putting on this year with Daniel Gazinski.
Right, you were saying that Daniel Gazinski and somebody else,
And Takia Furuhashi, who
Right.
in our big karate style, the Wadokai, is a 10-time Japan national champion for kata.
That's right.
And 4-time world kata champion. He's really up there, even in the JKF world. When they talk about kata champions, his name comes up because he'll go into a JKF tournament, compete against the JKF stars with Wado kata and do well, actually.
Wow.
So he's really nice, super nice guy. So we're gonna do a dual camp. He's gonna do Wado training, and Daniel Gazinski's gonna do the sports training, the community
Nice.
training.
And did we already talk about on the show Arakawa Sensei's group coming?
Aikawa Sensei's group coming in 4 weeks.
Yeah, 13 people.
13.
13 kids he's bringing.
Exactly.
In. Athletes he's bringing in. Yeah.
I know. I gotta put a sheet on the board and just have people put their names on it.
It's
So
gonna be great.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And we got some new stuff in the dojo. Did you see it?
I did. I saw some new stuff on some new swag on the wall.
Oh, I know. So did you guys? Okay. So what we got is we put 8 black belts on the wall with nude embroidery.
Right about
Right over there.
There. Right about there.
Yeah, right about
That one.
there.
That thing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you eat black belt, you can just have any embroidery you want or no embroidery. We thought it'd be really cool to put some colors on them, and then put the Japanese characters on it.
Yeah.
So
I saw.
red for Shodan Nidan, silver for Senan Yandan, gold for Godan Rokudan, and purple for Shichidan Hachidan.
Okay.
So first thing the kids were like, well, yours is red and you're a 5th degree black belt. What's wrong?
Something's not right.
Something's not right. And I said, well, the belts to me and Craig were gifted by Shiredo, so that they put it as red to match the logo.
Right. Okay.
But I ordered a belt from Arawaza in gold.
Great.
And so we'll see what it looks like. And yeah, I think it's fun. I think inside any type of club, you want to do things that is specific to the club.
For
Yeah.
sure. One thing that you've decided to do with some of the people who are helping out who are not black belts, and I liked this idea, was give them a instructor's belt,
Yeah.
so to speak, which is like a black with a white stripe.
Yep.
What do they call that? A Shodan Ho, right?
In some styles, they'll say it's the Shodan Ho, the pre-black belt.
Yeah.
belt.
But maybe that's something different. But yeah, so you black and white, black
Mhm.
with white stripe instructor's belt, so
Yep.
that the parents, somebody watching, sees, oh, they're like a black belt in training, which really they are, regardless
exactly.
of what belt you
Exactly.
are. You are a black belt in training, helping out in some of the classes. I thought that was great, and I saw it for the first time on Aaron here
Yes.
tonight, and I thought it looks great.
Yeah, in the class they teach, they're supposed to wear that one, and then in the class they train in, they're supposed to wear the regular belt.
Yeah.
But it's been great because then, you can have people who, especially when working with kids, especially and not at a high level, but are fantastic and they're doing some coaching courses. And
Mhm.
yeah, I don't have the parents going like, why is there an orange belt teaching on a black belt?
Yeah.
So
I thought it was a great idea.
yeah, and I didn't want to put instructor belts on black belts. Black belts should at that point, be able to do some teaching or be able
Yes.
to learn how. So
Yeah.
I don't think we need another layer of black belt. There's, I think in judo they do a black, red, checkered sort of belt if you're really high up.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought this would be cool. Just, when kids see it on the board, they can see. And I've already had kids go, I'm going to become an A3 black belt. And then there are ones like, how many A3 black belts? Are there any A3 black belts that are still alive? I'm like, well, there's 2 million members in our association and there's 20 A3 black belts. And then the other thing, although, my wife doesn't like this, we're going to put the Japanese character for the belt rank you are on the end of your belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
For just the black belt?
So yeah, just the black belts. So if
Okay.
you pass, like if you're showdown and you pass your knee down, it's both red, but we'll put the knee
Okay.
at the bottom in the
I see.
embroidery.
She doesn't like that, though.
It's a little presumptuous, little.
I see.
Yeah, and I don't care because no one can read the belt anyway.
Yeah,
so-
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that way, when they get a new belt, there's a reason to get a new belt.
I remember when I got my black belt with the embroidery on it. I didn't even know what it said. I figured out it said my name
Yeah.
because I could see the characters just kind of lined up with the way my name is spelt. But yeah, and then on the other side, I still don't know, actually. I don't think what it said. I think about it. Yeah.
What's funny? You're a black belt from that group that you're in, that Japan group.
Oh, well,
So-
there
which
you
is
go.
hilarious.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, the first time I got a black belt, the only one you could get in Canada was a non-embroidered, like the silk black belts with the JK badge on the bottom.
Okay.
Because when you get them in Japan, you get the badge that matches. They were selling so many JKA badges worldwide. on the end of the belt that they would just anywhere in the world they would just ship their black belts from Tokaido with the JK badge on because they figured well 99% of people are going to be in the JK.
Right.
So I was wearing it and I kind of knew it was I kind of knew that's the Shotokan badge, but I'm not Shotokan. But I didn't think anybody really read the black belt or looked at it. So I went to Japan like, you're a Shotokan guy. Why are you standing in a Wado dojo? I'm not a Shotokan guy. It just got really funny. So anyway, otherwise I ordered 100,000 Wadokai labels.
Wow.
For the belts, the uniforms, and 100,000. And I know that Wadokai is big, but like I guess they're thinking like it'll take them. In my mind, it'll take 100 years to go through.
Forever,
but maybe in their mind, like actually we would go through it in about 5 years or something. So yeah.
And what's the other thing we got in there? You got something else in there?
Oh yeah, we got the rules.
The rules. The club rules.
Club rules.
Yes.
So dojo-kun.
The dojo-kun.
I've always hated the traditional Japanese one. Hitotsu. Hitotsu. Do you remember the ones from your club?
Ooh, I bet I could do it.
Yeah.
I bet I can. You want me to do it right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's hitotsu.
Hitotsu.
I used to say shitotsu. Okay.
Yep.
Hitotsu, Regio, Tadashiku, Sekoto.
Yes.
Hitotsu, Seratoni, Waku, Kakari, Koto.
Yep.
Hitotsu, Sensei Sepanyo, Osho, Maroko. Something
Yes.
like that.
Be faithful to be respectful to your sensei and
I
senpai.
might be missing one, but I know the last one was
Yeah.
Hitotsu, did I say Renshu Amanichi, Sekoto? Did I say that already?
Ren Shanichi Sokoto. We're going to do practice today.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it. Or there may be one more that I'm forgetting. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe there's one more.
No problem.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's pretty good for not having to do
That's
it in
awesome.
like 8 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But I think it adds to the flavor. It adds to the fantasy of being in the karate world.
Yeah.
I've never really liked like the Shotokan one's really famous. Like have good character, be sincere, have empathy. It's like that's all the same thing.
Yeah. In the English translation of ours was be moderate and courteous, be righteous and have a strong sense of justice, be modest in your words and actions, respect others. And Karate Do is a lifetime study. That was our 5. There was 5 of them.
Those are all wonderful points.
Yes, all wonderful.
All wonderful
Did we
points.
really have to say it every time before we started our karate? Probably not.
Yes.
Although we did it. I know when we had big, I came from Shida Ryu.
Yes.
We had a big Shida Ryu seminar. We would do it then with Sato
Yeah.
Sensei. But yeah, we never really did it. Hardly ever in class. But,
Yes. Yeah. Adaka Sensei has one for the kids. He has one for the adults.
yeah. So now we have our class.
We have ours, and we don't yell them up before class.
No, they're just up on the wall.
However, I've been teaching them to the kids because I got the kids. So we have, be nice, listen, be helpful, be safe, ask questions, try to get better, have fun. We have the Japanese for them, and I don't like try your best because if your best sucks, then you're just gonna be doing the same thing. So you actually have to try to get better.
Yeah.
And then we have the Japanese. So I was yelling them out like, "Give them all to me," and I'm like, "Holy cow, this really can turn into like the cult army thing."
Yeah.
Because they're like, "Get better!" And I'm like, "Can you do it in Japanese? Gunpowder!" So, but when we had a child psychologist from the local school board come in last year, they took all those Japanese, because we had like 20 of them, like empathy and all this. She's like, "You realize that's just be nice." Like, yeah, it's kind of true. Like, be nice to yourself, be nice to others. And then she said, what's even better is you ask people like, how can you be nice?
Yeah.
You know, so all of them are supposed to be triggers so that you can ask the kids, how do you be helpful for yourself and other people?
Makes sense.
I like the ask question one.
Ask questions. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway,
There it is.
let's fly into it.
All right, let's get into a little bit of our Karate Global News. All right, so what did we find for Karate Global News so far? Oh, we know now what the 2020 divisions are going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was something that I talked about with Craig Sensei, and you have something here for the WKF that is telling us what the Olympic Games in Tokyo 2020, what the weight divisions are going to be for that. We had heard before, it was going to be 3 male divisions, 3 female divisions, and then plus the 2 kata, male and female kata divisions.
Mhm.
But it was always kind of wondering, well, what weight divisions are we going to use? But now we know.
That's right.
So what are they?
So Kumite for men is going to be minus 67 kilos, minus 75 kilos, 75 kilos plus.
There you go.
And for women, it's going to be minus 55, minus 61, 61 plus, and only 10 people per division.
Right. Yeah.
And then kata and kumite is going to be 10 people for men and women. And Japan gets, I think, 8 slots just by being the host country.
Really?
Not only just being, the strongest country, but also being the host country.
Yeah. So I mean, even just looking at some of these, like it's going to be a big I mean, it's a big gap. Like men's plus 75, women's plus 61. So for men, it's like, I mean, we have the 84 kilogram division as well. So it's anything from 75 above. Like that's going to be a huge division.
Yeah, I think they cut it there because like the bell curve is thickest for men around 75, and for women around 61.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like there's less athletes below 60, 61 for men and below 55 for women.
Right.
So yeah, it's be really interesting. So you know what I did is, I know some other events have done this, but I took these weight divisions, and for some of the tournaments I'm putting on, I'm using these weight divisions.
I think that's a good idea for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and in terms of WKF points, is it going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be like, okay, whatever points, whoever's got the most in 75 and 84, you're both going to go into plus 75 and make up that category. So,
or, well, I think what's going to happen is they're going to have a qualifying event, right? In the qualifying event, they're going to have these weight divisions.
Well, I think the points start in July, though, do they not? Or June or July?
Yeah. I think the points to get you to the qualifying event.
Oh, is that what
and
it
then
is?
in the qualifying event, you're going to be there.
Right, I see what you're saying. Okay. Interesting. So there we go. At least now we know what the divisions are, and people can kind of start planning accordingly, I guess, or not just keep doing what they're doing and just whatever division they're in.
You just got to crack it in. I think, if you want to lose some weight or gain some weight, maybe there's some advantages, but don't cut weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be quite interesting. Now, this document from the game says provisional on it. So I'm thinking they're not going to change the weight divisions, but they still might change the criteria to get there.
Right.
Yep.
And we know the Youth Olympic Games, which is happening this year, is being used as kind of a trial and error, I guess you could say, of how they're going to go about doing that.
That's right. And the youth weights are minus 61, minus 68, plus 68 for the 16, 17-year-old boys, and for the girls are minus 53, minus 59, and plus 59.
Okay.
And they'll be at the Youth Olympic Games this summer. Yeah, interesting to see how it will evolve. This is a really good thing where you have lots. Like, let's say you had 12 weight divisions at a young age in younger divisions, and then as you go further up to different tournaments, the divisions get smaller. Like the number of divisions get smaller.
Yes.
So by having more divisions younger, you allow more people to go through, and then by having smaller classification division later, those people can go in.
Okay.
So
that's
it'll be interesting. I'm sure they're going to push. Like once Claudia's in, the next thing they're going to push for more divisions. Like
sure,
any sport wants to get in, and they just go, well, just give us a few more athletes.
Yeah.
Oh, your sport did really well last time. We'll give you 10 more athletes.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that's great.
All right, so there it is. That's the first one for our Karate Global News. The second one we got here to talk about is huge 2018 events that are expected. You found this one, Richard. This is from what are we at here? AroundTheRings.com.
Yeah. So in the K1 events that are coming, that were happening in 2017, they averaged 900 athletes per event. Some
crazy.
of them were over 1,100 people.
Crazy.
And then the youth tournament, like the WKF Youth Cup, they had last summer. There was 2,100 young athletes from 64 countries.
That's insane.
That's just massive. It's just huge.
So that just shows how much the sport's actually growing and how much it's changing, and everybody's getting ready for the Olympics, right?
Exactly.
It's
exactly. So the K1s probably won't be as big because now they have like the Series 1, the next level down tournaments.
Right.
But those Series 1s are going to be huge because those people are trying to get points to get into the K1s. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And the Premier League, of course, we know kicks off next week with the Paris Open, but we'll talk about that later.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then finally, here, the last thing for Karate Global News this week is the karate aiming to continue their success after record-breaking year, and men and women teams will attend World Karate 1 Premier League. Yeah, we know that. So what do you have to say on this one, Richard?
All right, 753 athletes from 80 countries are going to go to the Paris Open.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, and that's a huge number. And some of the favorites, I think some of the favorite teams that they're looking at, one of the articles we read about was Iran. But Italy is sending 55. Host countries France has 45. Iran is sending, Iran and Turkey are sending 35. So there's the some of the teams to look for. I love the logo or the poster for this one. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that at the top. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, I think it looks great. Like sparring, doing stuff. Yeah, it's be fun to watch, and people can watch it streaming live. So
there you go. And it says here the Karate One Series A is expected to continue growing the next years. Blah blah blah. In 2018, the Karate One Series A will be held in Spain, Austria, Chile, and China this year.
Mm-hmm.
So a big year for
Shanghai.
Shanghai, China. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. Great. All right. Anything else we got on Karate Global News?
Global news, not a lot is happening.
Did you hear? I heard something on the radio this morning.
Yes.
A little more local news for us on the mainland. It was interesting. We talked about similar stuff on here before, but there was a karate instructor. I'm assuming not in the WKF.
Yes.
That there's a story that came out, I guess, months ago, maybe 6 months ago, that this karate instructor was teaching a self-defense class, and he was with maybe a teenage girl or something like that, and she wanted to know what to do when you're in a headlock.
Okay.
So he said, "Okay, let me put you in a headlock," and then so he put her in a headlock and was trying to teach her how to do some kind of self-defense, and she passed out from the headlock.
Oh no! So squeezing a little too tight.
And then it just came out again that this guy did something similar where they were doing like a kind of leg lock kind of escape or something like that. Yes. And then he broke this guy's ankle as he was trying to demonstrate the self-defense thing. And I just heard this on the radio here, and I was like, "Who is this guy? Like, what kind of karate is he teaching?"
Yes, take that word karate out of there.
Yeah, right. Like, just insane. This happens. It does happen.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Of course.
Unfortunately. Yeah. I did read that John Cavanaugh.
Yep, the coach of Conor McGregor.
So he has a really big club.
Yeah,
700 amateur people training in Ireland.
Yep.
Hired a sport karate coach.
Oh yeah. Interesting. To teach sports karate.
Sports karate classes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think he just put on his Instagram page that he hired some of his black belts.
That's right.
More coaches for him.
Yeah.
But then he also wrote that once or twice a week there's someone coming in, and he wasn't from he's like, how the WKF has some parallel world organizations.
Yes.
They kind of copy them.
Yeah.
Someone who does sports karate, who's going to teach them, kind of like the class you taught tonight, sports karate training classes. Which I thought was very interesting. Well,
they say that sport karate is going to be the next kind of sport to evolve into the UFC, to take over the UFC. They say, like,
jiu-jitsu fighting.
Jiu-jitsu fighting. Yeah, I mean, which is similar.
Absolutely.
Still got to pick a better name for that damn thing, but we'll work on that. Yeah, but they say like sport karate is going to be, already seeing it now with a lot of these guys coming in, and it's going to be an important thing in the UFC coming forward. So,
totally.
All right, let's get into your tactical of the week.
All right, this week, and I don't know if it's because people were enjoying too much turkey over the break and their arms weren't moving as much, but we've had a lot of people complaining and looking like they've had incredible stiff shoulders. Yeah, okay. And guys, like, I guess they've just started hitting the weights again. And they're trying to use the upper body and stuff.
Yes.
So the karate, like kata and the kumite and the basics, all looking stiff.
Okay.
Right? So there's a thing that, to solve the problem of stiff shoulders, and there's lots of things you can do. But there's one really simple thing that they do a lot in Japan, where they just swing the shoulders after you do lots and lots of rotation, like more than you would normally do. You swing the shoulders and then let them naturally start to drop.
Okay.
Think about your chin being in, your hips being flat, and then you pull your arm up. You think about your shoulders being down as your chin is in, and then you bend your elbow, and then you pull your hand back, and that is your punching position.
Okay.
Right? And then when you're punching, you're trying to think about the arms passing by each other very closely, obviously rubbing along the body, and try and think of twisting your hand like a whip
at the end. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you're pushing that at the end. So one thing Kaigen Sensei used to say is, take your pinky and squeeze it as tight as you can, and then throw all your muscle power into it. Like, you have to punch strong. And stuff.
Right.
But as soon as you start relaxing, your shoulders should come down. Especially with guys, like the muscle thing, the shoulders come up, they tense up, and they torque their body and open their chest. So swing your arms, let them relax, shake them out, bend the elbows without your shoulder coming up. And that's your punching position.
Yeah, I think this is good because it's not only important for basics, obviously, as well, but for kata or kumite and everything. You
Oh,
want to be
definitely can
relaxed.
be, yeah.
Definitely can be. You want those shoulders to be relaxed, loose, and snappy.
For sure.
I know one of the things that kind of helped me as well is you say you want to have a tight fist, which obviously you do on impact, but you don't want to be squeezing your fist
No.
the beginning. There's this kind of mind-body connection thing when you squeeze. Anytime you squeeze your fist, you can just feel it in your upper body. You just tighten up. It's just a natural response. I remember when I was, kind of learning how to golf. I'm not the best golfer, but I like to golf. And when I was learning how to golf, I was just trying to muscle it through. And one of the kind of instructors said, just relax your hands a little bit more. And it was amazing how much more smooth things became when you relax your hands. So I think it can help here too as well. It's kind of relax your hand, like it's closed. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be clenching your fist so tight.
No, absolutely.
It's going to send a signal to your brain to tighten everything up. Just relax that a little bit as well.
Exactly. Yep. So relax your shoulders and stretch them out more.
Yeah.
Rotate them more.
Awesome.
Yep. But everyone's gonna get. I saw people like sparring the last couple of days, and they're just doing rolling punches.
Yes. Yeah.
And not just snapping from the elbow. My sensei, he used to say, think that you have a fishing weight hanging off the elbow part of your gi.
Okay.
And then you would go quick and you go up a technique instead of open.
That makes sense. Yeah. Good. All right. Well, let me give you my fitness training tip of the week. It's similar. Well, not similar, but it's right on the same line, I guess. What I want to talk about is how you can prevent injuries in the gym using isolation exercises. So people often in the gym are supplementing their training and karate with doing stuff in the gym. That's great. You want to be doing all your power movements, all your plyometrics, all that kind of stuff. But you can't forget your isolation exercises as well. So something as simple as like a leg curl or a leg extension, a bicep curl, a tricep extension. These type of exercises are what actually are going to directly increase the ability for your joints to take more pressure. So, by doing your karate training, your joints take a lot of beating, your hips, your knees, your shoulders, these things can certainly break down. But by doing isolation exercises, it builds up the collagen in those joints, which is going to make them stronger and stiffer, and it's just going to help with your injury prevention. So it's one of the things that's really important for karate training. And I thought as people are starting in January, getting going again, and the competition season is ramping up, you got to remember to do your isolation exercises.
This is so true. I remember like when I was around 39, there's like 2 or 3 years where I didn't do any resistance training. I just did karate training and lightweight training and stuff.
Yeah.
And my knees were getting sore. It's like, oh man, my knees are getting sore.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I was riding my bicycle. I'd ride it every day. I'm like, gotta get back to just doing resistance training. And within like 3 or 4 months, I didn't have a knee pain.
Yeah.
At all.
It's amazing how many athletes I work with will come and say, oh, my knee's really sore. And then, okay, we're going to do some leg extensions. Like, what, we're going to do leg extensions? Yes, we're going to do leg extensions. Yeah. And then literally we'll get through maybe doing 3 sets of leg extensions. Like, how's your knee? Well, actually, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time we come in, we're going to do leg extensions. Yes. I promise it's going to help your knee. Now, just something to think about when you do these type of exercises, you can do them every workout you do in the gym. Just make sure you do them at the end of your workout after you've already done all your other, whatever you're working on, power, strength, plyometrics, whatever. Do your isolation exercise at the end of that, because of course you don't want to fatigue your muscles and then do these explosive movements. So just make sure you do your workout, and then at the end maybe do 2 or 3 sets for maybe a couple muscle groups, legs and arms.
Got a multi-gym you can do here.
There you go. You can do it because you're at the gym now.
Exactly. I've got the big fob.
You got the big fob. You are officially a member. There you go.
Once I write down my 100 workouts, I get a free t-shirt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's it. All right. So that is my fitness training tip. That pretty much wraps up this episode of the Karate 360 podcast. Let's just go over a couple upcoming things that are coming up. We know some 2018 key tournaments that are coming. January 26th to 28th. That is not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after.
My birthday weekend.
Is it your birthday weekend? Yeah. There you go. We'll have to watch the Paris Open. The Paris Open, January 26th, 28th. February 10th is the 45th annual Steve Stim Karate Tournament in Richmond.
There's 13 Japanese University karate students coming your way.
There is. Be ready. Be there. And then the next day, February 11th, is the Washington State Invitational.
I really want to go. I just can't. I got guests. I got another set of guests coming from Japan that same weekend.
Crazy. And then February 16th to 18th is the Premier League, the Dubai Open.
Wow.
So there we go.
Are you going to host it like the top of that hotel? Hopefully. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. I'm sure they won't. But that'd be amazing. All right. Anything else to add here, Richard?
check out my vlogs. I'm doing number 99 is going up tomorrow, and then 100.
And can you find Caitlin in the
That's
video?
right. Can you?
There we go. Don't forget to subscribe to all of our stuff. Karate360podcast.com, Karate360 on Facebook. For myself, Kalen Anglos on all the social media stuff. For yourself, Richard Mosdell on all the social media stuff. Subscribe, like, follow, all that great stuff.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning into this episode, guys. Again, this will be available Monday mornings, all our episodes. And that's it for the Karate360 podcast.
Man, I can't wait. 2018 is going to be amazing.
It's going to be a big year.
Holy cow.
It's going to be a big year.
All right. Thanks, you folks.
All right. I'm Kalen Anglos.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
Sanrokumaru.